Oh, sorry for that delay. I was actually checking out to make sure, because a lot of these people I see in my chat, they all are fucking bots. I mean, I know the ones that are actually bots, like the Streamio, Zoss, Nightbot, Gatherbot, I mean, they're labeled bots. But Electric Skateboard and Give Me Honey Now, I'm more than certain they're bots. And it might even show why they're even in here. Because they don't really do anything. And if you go to their channels, like, they don't even do anything either. So I'm just like, who's spending the processing power of throwing these bots into random channels? Which does cost money. But you know what? You know what? I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. I'll let that banana float down the river for another day. I'll just stay here, do my own little shits and gigs. What does a cut do? Oh, it's just a cut. It's just literally... Alright, I gotta stop doing that. So it just looks like I am spazzing the fuck out on the screen. Just some beautiful orchestral music to start off the day. So anyway, welcome back everybody. Sorry for the bit of absence, although I'm not really sorry. It's nice to rest from streaming for once in a while. Because I feel like if I did this 7 days a week, like how some people do it, like 7 days a week, 8 hours a day, I do not know how people do that. Of course, I can imagine once you're a bigger streamer, it's pretty damn easy to do 24-hour days types of streams. Shit talkie. I didn't mean to do that. Here, we'll just close that down. Vindsvept actually came up with some music for once. Beautiful little pieces of shenanigans. Here, we're actually doing the season reward for this, and oh my god, are you serious? I still need to do 7 more of these? It's because literally I've been doing these raids and lost raid, defeat. I mean, like the last couple of raids I've been doing have all ended up in failure. And I don't even know why. I'm doing perfectly fine in these raids, but my team is just dropping the fucking ball. I don't mean to make it sound like it's only my team doing the fuck-ups, but I mean, you see some of the screen captures of the score differential that I get in these games, and it's like within, you know, the first 20 minutes of the round, I end up having 100 more points than the guy at the bottom, or having 100 more points than the guy who's second place, which may seem like, yeah, it's not that bad, it's only 100 points, but then you have to realize that's the equivalent of like 30 enemies, 35 enemies that I've had to kill by myself, essentially. And I'm just sitting here shooting with like defenders and shit, not like good tier weapons. So why they even like this is beyond me. And while I'm at this, you know what? Let me actually change this back out for something a little bit better. I like having a cooler and a radiator, but I'd rather just have a defender on here. Give me something good. Then I'm more than certain the difference in structure will help out immensely. So let's see, War for Fire or Data Theft. Well, War for Fire usually loses, so I'll just do Data Theft. Data Theft's not that bad, especially considering that it is only loons. Loons for Data Theft is not that hard. Loons are really only difficult for when it comes to Gone in 2 Minutes or The Last Convoy. Those are stupidly hard to do with lunatics. Just because of their spawn rate and the fact they can kill you within like 2 minutes. Especially if you don't have a team that's like on the ball. Like if they're not on the ball, it's going to be dropped in 3 seconds. And I don't mean to sound rude to them, but that happens. Oh, and it is nice to see that. I've actually joined Gromic99 or 999 build videos that have actually been posted inside the Discord for like fusion builds where you shove 2 or 3 allies together in a giant docking build and all have similar weapons. I've seen those popping around, but I'm actually participating in the one called like the 8 Docker, which is just having 8 people inside of a single thing. Actually, doesn't look like too bad, to be honest. I don't mind it. I know you're going lucky about the ground over here. Well, I guess people do dip out into other parts of the map so they can go get those elimination points for the turrets. It's a nice little way to actually get a lot more points, and it saves time. It's assuming though you can actually do it. Here, do you want me to go up front? I have the beautiful thing called the spark here, making these turrets absolutely useless. Yeah, the cooler is really all what you need for these machine guns. Doesn't help out with the spark a whole bunch, but it's fine. And on top of that, the spark already has a beautifully long overheating time. I can't imagine what it would be like if you had 3 sparks with the app amount of coolers. Because at that point, you could have 2 radiators, 2 coolers, and that would fire in ages. You never have to stop. And especially for defense towers, ooh, that'd be beautiful. Is he seriously out of guns already? We just got here. Yeah, I think he's out of guns. Yeah, he is. The entire... Lucky, what are you... Gabriel, is it? No, Lucky Tim, 8,000. How did you get here with 8,000 power score? The thing is, what you want to do is that you don't really want to put your weapons on ground level, and you don't really want to put your weapons in an area where it's like right in front of your cabin, because guess what? They'll shoot right through your cabin. Oh, beautiful. I'll take this off your hands. Still got free 10 points. That's actually even better if you manage to do flips for your allies. There was one guy who actually had a lopsided vehicle, slightly lopsided, but it kept causing him to flip over, and we could always just flip him for free 10 points. And the thing is, you can do that 3 or 4 times, and you'll get an extra 100 points. Pretty damn lickety split. And when it comes to electronics trade, that's actually a lot of money. And I mean, if you had a purposely built vehicle that could flip over, on command that is, and actually abuse that, I mean, you could just sit here, defend a tower, and flip yourself, and end up just getting, you know, hundreds of points more. Hey, thank you for impaling yourself. I think it may have a suicide pack. I mean, actually, you know what? I need to kind of redesign this vehicle, to be honest. Because the thing is, I have actually acquired enough small tracks to really make a decently sized vehicle like this. And we could redesign this. Something like a little bit more speed, a little bit more aptitude. Thank God these lunatics are not focusing on us. Ah, he's a rammer with Spitfires. Well, that explains your shitty build. Still just augers and 2 saws. Yeah, it's not too bad. Stealing a hardware again. It actually is kind of nice, because now it isn't like scavs or nomads that has a stupidly long kill time. Let me actually reduce this. Since instead of having like 2,000 HP per bot, it's like 100. Oh, it's so much nicer. Especially for machine gun builds, or cannon builds are a little bit sketchier. They have to be like turreted cannons. But even that, you can still help yourself out quite a bit. Yeah, look at that. They don't have to do anything now that we've successfully killed them all for you. Ooh, and while I was actually playing this a little bit more, we actually managed to get to level 10 on the Lunatics. And now we're actually with the Firestarters faction, which is actually a pretty damn lit. Although, unfortunate thing is, I didn't manage to make my 4 Thunderbolts and 4 Crickets. I ran out of money. Again. But we did manage to make at least 2 Thunderbolts, so we can make at least 1 Draco, I think it's what it's called. Draco? We can make one of those. And those are actually not too bad. That's just a little flamethrower. I would like to get 2 of them, but to be honest, the legendary weapons from whatchamacallit, I'm drawing a blank to them, the Firestarters, are actually really cheap. And the thing is, unless your legendary weapon costs 2,800 coins or more, you'll actually lose money making it. And quite a bit of money, too. That is, unless you're able to get somehow some really cheap purple parts. There you go, come on. You gotta press that R button, mate. No wonder why Spitfires keep getting shut off. They're not put onto the frames. They're actually put onto, like, what appears to be side doors. That's not nearly strong enough. On top of that, you gotta put that at least on 2 parts. Like, literally, you can just attach to your roof with a single beam. Yoink. And look at that, instantly spawning right there. See, this is why I'm kind of not a big fan of these PvP maps as PvE maps. Because the issue is that these PvP maps are not really designed for spawn points. Some of the spawn points were adjusted, so they're not like right on top of you. But sometimes it's just literally, hey, we spawned to the map and, oh wow, I am literally in the midst of 15 lunatics and instantly get one shot. Happens all the time, especially on the old city map, I think it's what it's called. Yeah, it's not as bad as the Rock City. Especially with things like the scavengers with the howitzers and the 88mm. Because for some reason, on that map, they spawn in points where they're effectively in sniping distance, or sniping cover. And it's like, oh my god, now I have to wait, I have to walk all the way over there and smack these things right off their little goddamn posts. But in the meantime, these 88s with the reduced reload times are doing 4 to 5% of the HP every shot and get off like a grand total of 10 shots in the time it takes for you to deserve their sniping position. And get rid of that cricket. So that's really the only one you have to worry about on these things is those crickets. And even though those are still pretty damn weak sauce. Yeah, you don't need that. There we go. I'm kind of concerned though because my cooler is about to get shut off. I'm actually thinking about redesigning this, to be honest, just to make it a little bit thinner. Because right now, the reason why this is so wide is that I'm trying to accommodate the Apollo engine. And the thing is, the way I'm accommodating it actually does make it pretty damn resilient. But at the same time, we're making our vehicle look stupidly wide. And we're also... I mean, I do like the tankiness, but I don't like using Goliath tracks because we're too slow now. Especially if we have to go to positions like this. It's like we're barely even there. The thing is, too, I could use the hardened tracks, but you're still way too slow. Eh. Well, no, it's that your turning speed is fucked for some reason. Because apparently using 4 tracks in total, compared to 2, it reduces your turning speed by like more than half. Which doesn't make sense, because I feel like they recently buffed turning speed. It doesn't work. Beautiful. I have no idea whether... Oh, okay. And the other guy didn't even realize that we were on a different point. Okay. He's still all the way back there. What the fuck is he... Oh, wait. He's crippled, that's why. And that's why. We still managed to have all of our guns. Maybe we need to get like a harpoon just for that. For the occasional crippled ally, just so I can drag him along. It wouldn't be a bad investment. Here we go, come on. Up on the point, lads. I don't mind if I die either. Oh, strangely I might not die, even though I have taken so much. Hey, good. Look, not even the mayhem's focusing me, so I'm okay. And Gabriel finally died. And respawned. So he could actually respawn if he was just fucking around. Okay. Yeah, don't need that either. And the rapiers, machine guns, those can go too. There you go. Beautiful. Alright. So now, I got 1,000. Not bad. Wow. I'm surprised Gabriel even got that high. But I mean, still, he's 70 points behind us. He's about 30, maybe 40, and about 30 again. So that's still a large difference. So that's why you can see it's sometimes a little bit difficult to win raids. Because these are people who had comparative power scores to me, and yet they still have, you know, not the best time. I'll be honest, I've seen 5k builds actually compete with me fairly easily. Because all it requires is just machine guns. Just get some shit tier machine guns, get a bunch of cores, and I mean at that point you basically become unkillable. Hell, you could use something like the werewolf cabin for all we care, and you could still do well. Ah, I love that mini fridge. Alright, so we need to redesign this vehicle, but I need to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. Alright, I just realized that it's probably going to take a lot longer than that, so I think I'll have to cut the stream here, and I'll just restart the stream in like 10 to 15 minutes to not bore you guys. Hey, viewer, sorry about this, but I do need to go for like 10 minutes. So I'm just going to cut the stream right here, and I'll be back, so don't worry about that. You can stay right here, and I'll be back soon. I just need to fix that. Hey, somebody came up. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes. I don't want to keep the stream going on for 10 minutes just to see you guys in empty silence. That's boring, and that's not fair to you guys. So, I'll be right back.